text for humorous speech. And he tonight is giving a speech on the best gift you could possibly offer. Harry Anazaris, the best gift you could possibly offer.
I once read at the greatest scientific journal of a planet, which as you all know is the Reader's Digest, that the secret for a successful marriage is never forget any of the following. First, you should never forget your anniversary. Second, you should never forget your spouse's birthday. And third, and most important, you should never, ever, ever forget what happened the last time you forgot any of the other two. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmaster St. Yes, I'm here to tell you that the Reader's Digest is completely wrong. What good is it to have the perfect memory and never forget any of these important dates if you cannot come up with a nice gift? You cannot just go to your spouse and say, hey, happy birthday or happy anniversary with empty hands. But what could that gift be? Could it be a book? Could it be clothing, jewelry, shoes, or an electronic gadget? I can tell you in advance that your spouse is sick of them. None of them can do. So what would that be? But don't you worry, my friends, tonight is your lucky night, because I'm going to reveal to you the perfect idea. The gift that only you can give to your spouse. It's going to strengthen your relationship, and on the long term, it could even save you money. And this gift, ladies and gentlemen, is a divorce. Yes, my friends, a divorce. But you may be wondering, why should I divorce my spouse? I love this person. And this is one more reason why. Because in the old times, marriage was supposed to last for life. Today, most marriages last less than the time that you need to complete the 10 speeches of the basic manual. And the way things are going, sooner or later, every marriage is going to end up in divorce. And this includes your marriage. And if you're going to divorce sooner or later, why leave it for later when you'd end up hating each other and the whole process is going to be so stressful and painful? Why not divorce now when you still love each other and it's going to be a joyous and pleasant adventure? And look at all the benefits you're going to reap. First of all, you're going to save in taxes, because thanks to the wonderful tax system of the IRS, if you are married and you file jointly, you pay more in taxes than had you kept the same income and filed separately as singles. Second, if you are a parent, the moment you divorce, you become a single parent. And now you can go to the government and ask for financial support. Next one. You may know that the top issue of friction among couples is money. Each of them believes the other is spending way too much. But once you divorce, you close this joint bank account, you have your own individual accounts, and you can spend as much as you like. It's your own money. But the biggest benefit has nothing to do with money. Now that you're married, you have to be with each other whether you want it or not, because that's what society dictates. It's not fun anymore. But after the divorce, after you tell everyone that's willing to listen, and also everyone that's not willing to listen, that you're through with your spouse, that's what you do openly in the public. But privately, secretly, in the dark of the night, when no one is watching, you come back together. And now it's so much more fun because you're not supposed to act this way. It's forbidden. And there is no greater pleasure in life than doing what is forbidden. So you may be asking, how do we start the process? The first step is the divorce proposal. It works like a marriage proposal, but the other way around. You take your spouse to a nice romantic date, and at the hottest moment, you fall on your knees, you look them in the eye, and you beg them with your tender voice, "My darling, will you divorce me?" And then slowly, 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 you remove the wedding ring from the finger. But I know some of you may have some objections which I'll try to address. The first one is, okay, Harry, I accept your argument, but is my spouse going to get it, or will they object? If they object, you issue an ultimatum. This is a Latin word for extortion, which is an English word for blackmail. You're going to tell them that you're going to have an affair either way or other. So it's either going to be with your spouse after the divorce, or otherwise with someone else. The second point you may object is, okay, Harry, what if my spouse doesn't really like me? At the moment we divorce, they live away for good. Well, yes, this might happen, but tell me honestly, do you really want to stay married with this kind of a person? And the last objection you may have is, Harry, do you really believe all this stuff? Or did you make up this speech just to impress Tom so he votes for you next time you run for Toastmasters Sanitation Engineering? Come on, that's an easy question. I'm going to answer it at once. But wait. Hey, who the heck is calling? I'm in the middle of my... Oh, yes, my darling, I'm in the middle of my speech. But don't worry, I'm going to end it right now, then I'm going to run towards you. Oh, I love you so much, my little girl. This was my former wife. Last year, our relationship was in a very bad shape. She was complaining I was spending too much time in Toastmasters. This led to divorce. But after the divorce, we fell in love all over again. And now I can't wait for the moment to be back with her. And this is why I'm going to leave you now with one last thought. You may remember, if you're old enough, that the most popular song in America in the last century was "Love and marriage go together like horse and carriage." But now it's a new century. It's time to upgrade the song. Modernize the lyrics and make them go as follows. Love and divorce go together like carriage and horse. You can't have one, you can't have none, you can't have one without the other.